First up, new tonight at 11, the severe flooding in Kentucky has now claimed the lives of 4 people. This is new information from Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, and it is our top story on the WHAS11 night team. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Doug Proffitt. The latest, the governor posting on social media today saying 2 more people were killed today, a 27-year-old from McCracken County, a man who lived there, and a 65-year-old in Trigg County, a man as well, both western Kentucky counties. Kentucky State Police say 27-year-old Lee Chandler was last seen yesterday while he was trying to get in his boat. We also know tonight there is a 50-year-old man still missing from Lebanon Junction. This scene right here. He was last seen in this truck that you see now submerged in rushing water. Police and rescue crews have been searching since around 9 a.m. this morning for him. The missing man's son, Dakota, told us at the scene tonight he saw the truck while going to check on his own house in the flooding.
Came down here around 11:30 this morning, across the tracks trying to get to my house, see how the flow waters was. Well, no, it was greeted by water, obviously. I mean, could only get a car length or 2 down it. And then I seen the rescue teams, and I seen a truck in the middle of the road and turned sideways. So I asked whose it was, and they said it was a Dodge Ram 3500. And it seems to look like my dad's.
The search is over for the evening, but rescue crews will be starting again there tomorrow in Lebanon Junction. The governor said more than 500 roads in Kentucky are closed right now. Here in Jefferson County, this video from one of the best known spots in downtown Louisville. Take a look at 4th and River Road, right between the 2 Galt House hotels. The street signs are keeping their faces above water, we noticed. Check out also the street lamps along the 4th Street Wharf. And the Belle of Louisville workers, well, they're rowing back and forth to the queen of our waterfront. The Belle has seen plenty of these sleds and is holding in there pretty well. So let's get a live look at that very location at the moment. Our video there was recorded late this afternoon, and WHAS 11 night team's Alex Dieterber and photojournalist Emma Gefter are back live outside the Galt House, where the Ohio Alex has not yet crested. We've got about a day or so left for.
Right, Doug, and you'll have to forgive us. While we are getting a break from the rain today, we are trading it for the winds that are coming off of us from the Ohio River, which is exactly where we are right now. If you take a look right behind me, you can see the 4th Street road sign that you had just seen that we took about a few hours earlier today, and you can now see that it's even closer to getting into these Ohio River waters. And this is not the last day that these river waters will continue to rise. These rivers won't expect to crest until about Wednesday, and right now people are just trying to stay safe and make do with what they've got. Cars on I-64 cruise along, just feet above the Ohio River, filled with debris covering downtown Louisville. Streetlights nearly submerged and wires hanging in rising Ohio River floodwaters lead to an unconventional way of getting to work for those under I-64.
I'm getting ready to hop on a little boat and hopefully take me over there to where I can stay a little bit drier.
The 111-year-old Belle of Louisville, rising with the Ohio. Employees like steamboat watchman Gavin Fauché are seen hopping on a smaller boat to get to work on a bigger boat.
The water will go up so much, and the ropes and the wires will go up, and we have to constantly change them every hour, or else the boat will get stranded or it'll tilt over. You don't want anything bad to happen like that.
Earlier in the day, Louisville Fire used boats to evacuate 61 people from Candlewood Suites on Zorn Avenue, which is seen here, an island in the middle of more floodwaters. Thankfully, no one was hurt.
Well, just because the rain stops doesn't mean the water's going to stop coming up.
A chilling reminder from EMS Director Jody Myman as the levels continue to rise.
Don't have to wait on us to come get you. Have a plan now to get out. We don't want to have to put boats in the water to come and get you out.
Across the river, Harrison County has declared a state of emergency. The Palmyra, Indiana sewer treatment plant, its own island.
And I've never dealt with anything like this. Town
Council President Sammy Childers says the floodwaters have shut down operations of the plant.
It's like thousands of gallons of water. It's not even feasible to get it out of here. With items recommendation and also talking with the Harrison County emergency management people, they basically just suggested to let it recede.
With no timeline of how long that could take.
Hopefully sooner rather than later.
Palmyra officials are urging residents and businesses to conserve water, and so by that they mean taking shorter showers and then less frequent washing and flushing. Here in Louisville, just tonight, 2 more flood walls were put up around the city in this telling tale of what's to come with the Ohio River coming this week. Live in downtown Louisville with photojournalist Emma Gefter, Alex Dieterer, the WHAS 11 night team on your side.
Alex, thank you. Utica, Indiana, near the East End Bridge is underwater tonight. The town on the river in southern Indiana closed the streets in and out of Utica today. Law enforcement is checking IDs to make sure only residents get in, as many of the homes are sitting empty at the moment. Our crew saw fish jumping out of the flood water where cars would usually be driving by. Most of the houses right on the river are now under about 6 to 8 feet of Ohio River water. Nearby, the Jeffersonville Police Department also says that the Big 4 bridge is closed until further notice. Louisville officials also confirming that as well. We are taking you now 1 hour up I-71 from Louisville. This is Carrollton, Kentucky, which sits on the Ohio River, but also has the Kentucky River joining the Ohio right at downtown Carrollton. This drone video recorded today from Donnie Yeoman Jr. of Louisville for WHAS 11 News. Several areas of Carroll County, Kentucky are under a mandatory evacuation because of rising floodwaters. Greg Sharp is helping residents in mobile homes tow their campers out of risk zones like Point Park.
You're not expecting this at all. You can't prepare yourself for this. There's no way. Because, I mean, you never know how high it's going to rise, how fast. It could come in 10 mile an hour, and maybe 5 minutes later it's 200. You just don't know.
People of Carrollton still bracing for the river to rise even more and crest by midweek. We are also bringing you coverage tonight from West Point, Kentucky. All news since 6, a city that's known to be very vulnerable to flooding. The mayor is saying there are about 75 to 100 homes underwater or will have water damage. Already, WHAS 11 night teams Jose Alonso and photojournalist Levi Hammer show us how the community of West Point is taking action.
The mighty Ohio River is living up to its reputation of flooding West Point, Kentucky nearly every 10 years.
We are having a near historic flooding behind me. As you can see, the whole park is covered.
Just nearly 2 months ago, the blue top sticking out of the river at Veteran Memorial Park was clear of water and open to the public. Now the gate is closed off as a safety measure.
This particular flood is going to get into houses that people aren't used to being flooded. So it's becoming a little more devastating to more people.
The devastation around the small river city speaks for itself. Sun rays dance off the water that's flooded roads, multiple houses, and stranded vehicles.
It's not just this side of West Point, closest to the Ohio and Salt River, dealing with all of this flooding. But on the other side of Dixie Highway, you'll see the water line getting very close to the road, and right behind that tree, a building completely submerged.
Mayor Richard Cerisi's home is also flooded, forcing him to use an alternative mode of transportation.
I roll, and it's on a day like today, it's a beautiful thing. Yesterday in the pouring rain, it wasn't quite so much fun.
Resident Chris Lucan says her home is not underwater, but she's on standby to help her neighbors recover.
When the water comes into your home and gets into your wall, it soaks up, and then you have to worry about mold. People like me that have free hands to help, we're going to be helping people tear up their carpet if they haven't already, tear out the drywall.
The mayor says the Red Cross will set up a shelter for those impacted at River of Life Church. Pastor Tom Jeffrey has tables and chairs set up. He's ready to house and feed everyone impacted.
We need to care about people the best we can. And I know a lot of people's agitated because they've lost their home, they've lost their furniture and a lot of stuff. But everybody working together is going to really help out a lot.
Although the city is underwater, kindness will keep these neighbors afloat once they start recovery efforts, as it has in the past. In West Point, Jose Alonso, WHAS 11 night team on your side.
Good folks there in West Point, like so many around Kentuckiana. Residents also told us that they understand many people come to West Point to sightsee, but they are asking you to kindly let them be for now so that the roads in West Point don't become overcrowded. A reminder that people living in Louisville can start dropping off their storm debris effective today. Starting today, free drop-off sites open up at 2 this afternoon, and they're going to stay open until 7 every night. There are 9 total locations, including Shawnee Park, Tom Sawyer Park in eastern Jefferson County, Highview Park, and Fern Creek Park. Metro Public Works says only tree debris will be accepted at these locations. The drop-off sites will also be open on Saturday starting at 8 a.m. Now to other big weather news for Louisville. The National Weather Service has finally been able to get out and survey our tornado damage from last week. Today confirming that it was an EF3 tornado, very powerful, that touched down in the east end doing so much damage. The EF3 damage was centered in the Bluegrass Industrial Park off Blanca Baker Parkway. Winds got up to 145 miles per hour in the industrial area of Ampere Drive, and that's where we saw damage like this on Wednesday. A daycare's rooftop torn right off, and the Papa John's headquarters hit as well and damaged. This would be the strongest tornado to hit Jefferson County since May of 1996. Well, I don't have to tell you, from tornadoes to flooding to now a freeze. Yes, you got it right. Breezy tonight. And get this, the low temperature is approaching the record low of 24 degrees set in 1972, 53 years ago. Meteorologist Julie Martin has our forecast.
I'm meteorologist Julie Martin taking a look at current alerts out there right now. In purple, we actually have freeze warnings, and these will last through about 9 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. Temperatures are going to get awfully cold, well below freezing as we head into the overnight hours. Also in green, still our flood alerts out there and advisories. We are still under those, especially for the river flooding. That is going to be an ongoing concern over the next couple of days. Right now, though, taking a look at the forecast for the overnight hours and into tomorrow morning, well below our average low of 45 degrees. We are going to be topping out in the mid to high 20s really throughout the area. 28 in Bardstown tomorrow morning, 26 in LaGrange. Expect to see the frost there on the ground as you wake up and head out to start off your Tuesday. And then taking a look at the next 12 hours, you'll notice those temperatures really start to plummet down then. And the good news with all of this is the sunshine will be out in the morning and we'll stay dry tomorrow, but we will stay cold as well. Here's a quick look over the next few days, looking at chilly temperatures tomorrow, climbing only to a high of 49. We should be in the mid 60s. And then on Wednesday, we will get some rain moving in after midnight, but it will be relatively light, not much in terms of accumulation through Thursday. So maybe adding up to a quarter of an inch or so. I'll detail the timing on that rainfall coming up in your 7-day forecast in just a moment.
All right, back to Julie in just a second. Now, more of our top stories here on the night team. A case of the measles confirmed in Indiana. The national outbreak now hitting the Hoosier State. The Allen County Health Department, that's in Fort Wayne, Indiana, says the patient is an unvaccinated child. They say the young patient is stable and in recovery. The highly contagious illness typically shows symptoms 10 days after exposure. There are about 600 confirmed cases of the measles in the United States right now, with a second child dying from the illness today in Texas.